What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog here with another New York Giants video. As always, thank you for clicking on the video. Hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring the bell. Giants football starts on Sunday. Football is tonight in about 15 minutes. I want to knock this video out. I just got done chopping it up with Law Nation over on the Super Friends channel. You want to check that out? Go over there. We had a blast. It's about 40 minutes long. It was really good. Cowboys and Giants, huge game, obviously. So that was awesome. And like I said, subscribe, man. Talking Giants tomorrow on this channel with Chris. Sunday night game on this channel with Chris. We're going to have a lot of fun. The Giants got to win that game on Sunday. Want to, again, give big shout-outs to the sponsors this year. Body Armor has come aboard. So, Body Armor, man, you guys see me drinking that Coca-Cola all the time. Now I got some Body Armor water, baby, because this is good stuff right here, man. I guess it's healthier than soda. It definitely tastes really good. So get yourself some Body Armor Sport Water. Body Armor Sport Water is an alkaline with a pH 9+ and a proprietary electrolyte formula with a wide mouth for easier hydration. Body Armor Sport Water built for all-day hydration, the athlete and all of us. And when you're watching that football game tonight, you want to go to mybookie.ag, guys and girls. That's right, mybookie.ag. As a better you demand perfection, and MyBookie delivers NFL college football, and the brand new cash-out system give you options to bet and win all season long. First few legs of your parlay hit, you can cash out early and use the funds in another bet or let it ride for a chance at a bigger payday. Join the MyBookie family for an entire season filled with odds, boosts, free bets, and super contests. To get started, go to mybookie.ag now and register for an account for free. When you make your first deposit, just use the promo code BADDOG, it's BADDOG, one word, to grab a welcome bonus on the house. That's promo code BADDOG, BADDOG, all one word, to claim your deposit bonus. And for a limited time, a free chip to use the MyBookie casino. You can bet anything, anytime, anywhere. Only with MyBookie. Now that we paid a couple of bills, let's talk about DeAndre Hopkins. So it came out today that DeAndre Hopkins approached the Giants, wanted the Giants to bring him in, and they said no. And he's not happy about it. Joe Shane is playing chess, people. He ain't playing checkers. Why DeAndre Hopkins wasn't signed by the Giants is very intriguing. And the reason I say that is because there's been all these rumors about Mike Evans. Now, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I didn't know about the DeAndre Hopkins thing. I wouldn't have even entertained the Mike Evans talk had I know about D-Hop. They're about the same age. They're both over 30. DeAndre Hopkins has had a couple of injuries the last couple of years. He was suspended 1 year, I remember. I don't remember if that was last year or the year before. But he's a great receiver. But like I said, plus side of 30, just like Mike Evans. He's not as big as Mike Evans. He's been incredibly productive. He had great years in Arizona and in Houston. He's an awesome receiver, and it would have been nice to add him to the Giants. I don't think there's any question, but there's a reason that Joe Shane passed him. There's a reason that even though he was out there, the Giants didn't take him on. Now, most of that's probably money. The Giants, very cap-stricken still this season. Better than it was last year, but certainly not as good as it will be next year. So I don't think the Giants are going in that direction. And again, had I known that they passed on DeAndre Hopkins, there's really no reason to, say that, Mike Evans would have been a possibility, because I don't see that happening at all if they passed on D-Hop. They wouldn't have had to give up anything for D-Hop. They would have just had to play him. But a lot of teams turned down DeAndre Hopkins. The Cowboys turned him down. The Niners turned him down. There's another team that turned him down, and, he's not happy. He said there was the Lions were another one. He said the Lions didn't want me. The Cowboys didn't want me. The Giants didn't want me. He says, shit, who else ain't want me? San Fran ain't want me. That's what he says. So he says, obviously, he's has a chip on the shoulder. He's going to remember all these guys and everything else. The Giants are now drafted Jalen Hyatt. They went out there. They signed Aaron Waller. So I guess that they felt they didn't need DeAndre Hopkins. And again, it just speaks to the fact that Joe Shane is building for the future. So again, this story is just coming out now. I didn't know anything about it. Maybe some of you did. I certainly knew nothing about DeAndre Hopkins, calling the Giants or saying, hey, I'd like to come in here and play for you. But I know that, like I said, why would they? How do you go from that to, oh, the Giants are interested in Mike Evans? Like, that doesn't make any sense, seeing as they're both going to cost a lot of money. They're both on the plus side of 30. If you want to want Hopkins, you want to want Evans. So that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It does show that Joe Shane has an absolute plan. They have an absolute direction that they want to go to or go in, and DeAndre Hopkins didn't fit the bill, and I don't think Mike Evans does either. I think the Giants want to get younger and more athletic. They have a lot of receivers on a one-year deal, so these guys can either come back next year if they feel that they've been productive, or they can go out and draft wide receivers, or they can sign wide receivers. I don't know what the free agent class looks like next year. Maybe T. Higgins, I think, is a free agent, and that's somebody possibly the Giants could get, because T. Higgins, I believe, is a second-round pick for the Bengals, so there's no 5-year option or 5th-year option available to him. So it'll be really interesting to see what the Giants do. But I thought that was interesting that they did not want DeAndre Hopkins. Of course, the Giants, I feel like they have enough weaponry. You'd always like more. I don't think you could ever be deep enough. But it was a very interesting article that they chose not to take DeAndre Hopkins. Would you guys have taken DeAndre Hopkins? Do you think he was too old? There's a reason he didn't do it. I don't think it's because DeAndre Hopkins is a headache or anything. Maybe he is. But money was a big deal here with the Giants. I mean, they just had to restructure Daniel Jones's contract and backload a little bit more of it just to get under the cap. And they have about $1.8 million for the entire year. So they're probably going to have to restructure more caps. We talked about this with Patty Traina last night, that they're probably going to have to restructure like Graham Gano. They could always extend Gano. Gano is the man. You're going to keep him around anyway. So maybe you look to extend him as well. I don't think they're not touching Leonard Williams' contract. So again, the Giants are kind of in a bind. It's just a situation that they took over last year. So what they were able to do last year with the limited resources, the limited time, and the limited talent speaks to how good this team can be in the future, which is exactly why I'm so pumped up about our GM, because the logical thing to do, the thing Dave Gettleman would have done, was jump. He would have jumped. He wouldn't have thought about it. Listen, I'm an impulsive guy. You've seen my videos. I certainly have impulsive reactions, but I'm just a fan. I don't have anything to do with the New York Giants. I don't work for the Giants. I'm not in the front office. I'm not a player. I'm just a fan. I can be impulsive with no penalty, except for people could say, oh, that was a bad take. That's the penalty I receive. But I'm not in charge of the organization. So you don't want to be impulsive as a GM. And I think that Dave Gettleman was feeling pressure and did become impulsive, because as a scout, you saw a lot of his players worked as far as his draft picks. A lot of them did end up panning out for us, even the later picks. Like Carter Coughlin looks really good this spring, this summer, and he made the team. Cam Brown was a Dave Gettleman pick. He's great on special teams. So there's a lot of those guys. Daniel Jones, obviously, Sexy Dexy, and the list goes on and on. He did get a lot of good picks here. Darius Slayton. So Gettleman did a good job there, but the salary cap was really bad, and I think that it's because he had a lot of knee-jerk reactions. I think he would have done Mike Evans trade. He did it with Galladay. I mean, that's the thing. We gave Galladay a ton of money and it failed. We gave Solder a lot of money and it failed. And I don't think Gettleman ever really thought things through and just kind of reacted. He didn't really, didn't have a plan, just kind of saw it and went after it. And I think that Shane and Brandon Brown and Brian Dable, I think they know what they want to do. And it didn't include DeAndre Hopkins. So I don't have any ill will towards D-Hop. I understand. Listen, if I was a player and somebody passed on me, I would take it personally too. I'm not going to sit here and say I wouldn't take that personally. I'm a competitive guy. And again, I'm just a guy that works a 9-to-5 job. I'm not a professional athlete. So I can only imagine what these guys feel like. It says, hey, I reached out to these guys and like, I don't want you. That pissed me off too. So he's going to go ahead and play with a chip on his shoulder. We see how he does against with Tennessee this year, rather. He's going to have to wait to play the Giants. So we don't play them for a while because we just played them last year. Unless we meet in the Super Bowl, I'd sign up for that. Don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. Anyway, rambling. So all I got in this video. So thank you for watching. Really do appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe. Watch this video while you're watching the pregame, and I will see you tomorrow for Talking Giants. It is the Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I'm out.